All right, so it is a beautiful morning here in Pennsylvania, and life's been a little busy lately. I recently came back from a family vacation where we drove across the United States. We drove to see some family out in North Dakota, took some trips to national parks like Yellowstone, Mount Rushmore, Teddy Roosevelt National Park, and the Grand Tetons. And now I'm in the middle of a move. So I'm going to be moving out of my house here and into a new place very soon. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of a bonsai shuffle with the trees going from this house here to the new place. So it's pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting, but it's a very busy time. But I figured before I would move to the new place and have that all situated, maybe we'll do one last late summer tour of all the trees. So let's go take a look. All right, to start it off, we have my Christmas cactus that I picked up on Facebook Marketplace a few months ago. So I haven't trimmed this one back yet. I've been a little busy, so I haven't really had a lot of chance to work on my trees as much as I would like, but yeah, this will probably get pruned up in the next couple months. So I'll be excited to see what that looks like, because if you dive in here, we got some really old bark on this cactus here. I'm not sure if it's one cactus or two cactus, three cactus, but at some point we'll find out. Over here we have one of my crassula jades right here. So that one's growing pretty well. Right here are my 5 yew trees that I grew from this yew tree over here. Earlier this year, I pinched off some of the fresh tips like this one right here and cut them off, shoved them into the dirt, and yeah, was able to get some cuttings from the yew trees over here. So they're still growing pretty well. We have a little bit of die off right here, but I don't think that's too bad. So I'm excited to see what these yews will be doing in the future. Back here we have a, this is a honey locust or black locust. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, it's growing pretty well. Grew this from seed, or actually this one might be from a cutting. Yeah, I think this one was from a cutting. So yeah, growing pretty well. Over here we have, this is a sawtooth oak, I believe. So this one's growing well. It's in a small little pot there, but at some point I'll up pot it. Another one from seed. In here, I think these are actually a bunch of privets that are from cuttings from my privet tree. So they're growing pretty well. Oh, and right here we have my tripod challenge tripod with a portulacaria after in there. Doing pretty well. It's not really growing all that much, but could be worse. Over here we have one of my Ficus microcarpa tiger barks. So this is a cutting. This one desperately needs to be repotted, but it's surviving in its pot here. One thing you'll notice along the side of the road here is it is quite loud. At the new place, it will not be as loud at all. So over here we have one of my Japanese maple trees that I was gifted. So I am very happy with the growth on this so far. Down over here we have my Christmas tree farm penjing that I started last year. We do have a tree here that died, so at some point I'm going to replace it with this one. And there is a tree back here that died as well, so I'm going to replace that as well with this one. And there's a tree back here that died that's going to get swapped out by that one right there. So we only had 2 trees that actually survived from this setup here, so oh well, it happens. It's not a big deal. Right here we have a Fukian tea that I'll probably feature on a future video. I saw that Yella from Growing Bonsai is doing a Malsai challenge, so I picked this one up, and it's just kind of waiting for me to be able to work on it. So at some point soon I will be doing a repot on this. And right here we have a Eastern Redbud. This is grown from seed, so this has a little bit of yellowing. Oh, has a little bit of yellowing on the leaves here, but I think it's okay. Right here we have 3 apple tree cuttings. I believe they might be from this apple tree right here, and they're not really doing all that much, so it's okay, it's fine. They'll get there eventually. And speaking of that apple tree, this one also is not doing the best, but we do have some new growth up here, so it's just recently started to pick up, so we'll see how it does. So back there we have some tomatoes from the garden, and right here we have Ficus benjamina. This is one that I pruned up about a month or so ago, maybe a couple weeks ago, I'm not 100% sure, but it's growing. We have a little bit of growth starting to happen right here. So yeah, and there's some actually I think right behind here. So yeah, this one's bouncing back just fine. I think it'll be okay. We have a couple cuttings from a yucca tree that I shoved in the ground about a month or 2 ago, and they're just growing just fine. My Edgar Allan Portulacaria afra is putting on some growth. It's been very slow this year, so we'll see how it does. It could use a little bit of a trim. Back here we have my Star Wars penching, and only 2 of the Dawn Redwoods started to grow. This one back here I think is dead, so not a whole lot of growth on these Dawn Redwoods. Not 100% sure why these didn't really take off, but yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Like this tree right here, that one there, this one here, and this one here, and that one there, they're all doing just fine, but not sure why this Dawn Redwood died. You never know, sometimes things just happen. Right here is my orchid cactus, so at some point this thing's gonna need to get a trim. I did pick this one up on Facebook Marketplace for $5, so I'm excited to see what I can do with this thing. Interesting little succulent. Over here we have a bunch of succulents, so just some cuttings here. This one, that one, that one, that one, and this one were all from Lee, from Lee's trees, so he gifted me these. So Lee, the succulents are doing really well, so thank you for them. I'll probably do a video on that in the coming months, pruning these back. Some more cuttings over here. This is a cutting from this tree that I just pruned up a couple weeks ago. It's doing okay, not too bad, not a whole lot of growth, but I did prune it back really hard. Over here is a Thanksgiving, no, which one is this? This is an Easter cactus that I got for free actually from the person that I picked up the orchid cactus and my Christmas cactuses. So got to prune that up at some point. Cuttings. This is my variegated Portulacaria afra. So this one hasn't really grown a lot at all this year ever since I pruned it up. So not 100% sure. Maybe I really shocked it when I did the repot, but yeah, we'll follow along this one and see how it does. And just a couple other little cuttings over here. So right here we have my Arabica tree, and the leaves are growing very, very big. So yeah, it was repotted not that long ago, and yeah, not looking too bad. In here we have a little mulberry tree, a bald cypress that David from Classy Bonsai gave me, and then over here we have one of my new ginkgos that started growing this year, a little pine that I found on the ground at some point, I don't remember when, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 little eastern red buds. Right here we have I think that's a Japanese maple that I found in my backyard. So that's growing well. That is a little boxwood from a cutting that I got about a year or two ago. Over here is a mulberry that I pruned up not too long ago. We have a sweet gum tree, another fresh ginkgo from 2025, a 2024 ginkgo that was a brother and sister to the Ginkgo Fest trees. These are some kiwi cuttings. Privet right here, got the big old privet's growing really well. Kiwi that I recently pruned up. We have a little Ficus microcarpa cutting. Mulberry, this is a Zelkova from a tree from my new house. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those 4 ginkgos are from Ginkgo Fest 2025. These are some of the seeds that grew, and this is my Ginkgo Fest 2025 little forest right there. I'm not 100% sure what this one back there is, but I'm just letting it grow. American persimmons, 2 of them right there. Another little Ficus microcarpa. That's a weed back there, but it's a Virginia creeper. I'm just gonna let that grow. We have some Ficus benjamina cuttings, yew tree cuttings. Over in this cubby over here is a mulberry. Then we have a box elder right here, which is growing so well. Another gift. Oh man, and here we have a mess of stuff. We have some forsythia, a nightshade in this red cup right there. We have some more forsythia back there. Looks like a trident maple. Another trident maple. Virginia creeper. Red oak. Sawtooth oak. Honey locust. I think that's from seed down there. Another forsythia. Red oak. And a elm cutting. Right here we have my juniper, windswept juniper, that's growing pretty well. American hornbeam in the back. Another sawtooth oak right here. This one right there is my one of my Ficus benjaminas. We have another elm right there. This is my elm root over statue, which is growing super tall. I need to trim that up soon. Over on this side we have a black walnut getting super shaggy. Another elm cutting. This is my Christmas cactus that I pruned up about a month or 2 ago that I got off Facebook Marketplace for $5. So this was super shaggy, and I did a huge trim on this. So I had a little bit of dieback on some of these, but for the most part we have some fresh growth up here, so I think it's doing okay. Back over here we have 2 lemons that I just pricked myself on the thorns. So if you grab a lemon tree, be careful because they got thorns. So 2 lemons right there. Down in the cubby down there is my acacia cutting, which is over a skeleton. It's actually growing through the skeleton, so that'll need to be pruned up in the next couple months. A little apple tree cutting, which is not doing fantastic, but it's doing all right. My eastern red cedar is not doing so well. It is growing, it's alive, but it had a lot of dieback this year, so I'm just letting it be. Sounds like we got a cricket or something back there too. So yeah, I'll let this eastern red cedar just go and grow for the rest of the year. I was gonna do some prunes on it, but I think this is a recovery year for it. Right here is my juniper, which I've been growing from seed. This is actually like 2 years old, surprisingly, so super small. I think this is a trident maple, honey locust or black locust, elm tree, another red oak back there, Japanese maple. Not 100% sure what that is. Maybe some type of mulberry. We have another Ficus benjamina. This is my Seiju elm. I need to prune that up. We have an acacia right here, which is super tall. So that needs to be pruned up very soon. My eastern redbud, root over rock, is doing okay. Really needs to be pruned back. Look how long these branches are, probably at least 2 feet. This one's about 1.5 feet, something like that. So that needs a nice prune. But I just kind of let my eastern redbuds grow this year. Here's the other eastern redbud. This one, it also grew fantastic. Again, just let it grow all summer. And I probably won't prune that until I need to bring it inside for the year. So, yeah, looking pretty good. Right here we have an avocado. So this one's doing pretty well. Looking good. Got some, we got some bark down here that's starting to look super aged. There's some crossing of these two branches here. So that will need to be pruned in the future. But as you can tell, I got a lot of pruning work I need to catch up on. Over here we have another avocado. This one has a little bit of a twisty trunk, but we have some long sections here. So yeah, this one's looking pretty good. Definitely healthy. Another avocado here with a bit of a twisty trunk. Yeah, not too bad. I might have a whole avocado themed video coming up soon just to prune these all back. This is some type of pine tree. I had 3 of them, but this is the only one that survived. It's not looking super great, but it's doing okay. Down here, I actually had one of my pots break. This was a sawtooth oak that a squirrel gave me from over here at some point. So the pot, you can probably see a little bit of it. It broke down there, and it actually is just growing in the ground. So I got to dig that up and put it in a new pot. Got some ginkgos there. We've got a avocado, 2 avocados, one there, one here. But this one is actually an air layer off of another avocado. So this is a successful cutting from an air layer. So that's pretty cool, off of an avocado, which I've never done before. And here's that avocado that's next to it. It is leaning a lot, so it definitely needs some work. Over on this side, we have a little forsythia there, a little Japanese maple. We have a lemon tree there. Over here we have another little lemon tree. And this is a little red oak, I believe. This is just the other part of the garden where there's sunflowers, tomatoes, that type of food garden stuff. But we also have a pawpaw right there, another pawpaw, and a 3rd pawpaw there, as well as some Norway maples, and then a grab bag of stuff down there I'll have to dig through at some point. Down here we have my beech tree. I think it's a copper beech. Been growing that from seed. We have a lemon tree over there. Another lemon tree right here. My Kentucky coffee tree is doing quite well. Look how tall that thing's getting, and yeah, it's just looking beautiful. I might just keep that in the pot for a couple more years. Right there we have my ginseng ficus, which is bounced back really well from its prune not too long ago. We have an acacia tree right here, which you can see is getting quite big. Down here is one of my Chinese elms. So this thing is super shaggy, definitely needs a trim soon. Super tall as well. Over here we have a little eastern redbud right there. Dawn redwood, Chinese elm, eastern redbud, and some type of vine. I'm not 100% sure what that is. If any of you guys can identify what that is, please let me know, because I'm not sure. I don't know what it is. Hopefully it's not poison ivy. We got another yucca tree right here. This thing is doing pretty well from its prune a few months ago. The wound is, I guess you could say it's healing, but I'm probably gonna have to take a Dremel and Dremel this stuff out right there, because there's a lot of dead wood in there. Right here we have my Ficus microcarpa tiger bark. This thing is so shaggy and desperately needs a prune, so this is going to be getting a hard prune very soon. But yeah, it's doing pretty well. We're getting an interesting root base down here, so it's getting there. Maybe a repots in the future as well. Down in here is another gifted willow tree. Now I had some dieback on this branch right here, but when that dieback happened, these little shoots down here started springing out, so it's doing okay. It's getting another tree that's getting really tall, so sometime I'll prune that back. Sweet gum tree is doing really well. Look at those large leaves. That thing needs a hard prune. I think there's actually, how many do we have in here? I think we have 3 trees in here, so I'll have to separate them in the spring and then prune them back. We got acacia tree. I pruned that not too long ago and it's already super tall. That's the one with little elephant back there. Dawn redwood cutting. This is one of my ginkgos that I grew from seed in 2023, so this is an older one. Eastern redbud. I believe that is a grape tree right there. Another eastern redbud, tiny little eastern redbud. Dawn redwood cutting. This is my dawn redwood from seed. It hasn't really put on a lot of growth since its second flush of growth, but it's doing okay. We got some really long fronds over here. We have another Ficus benjamina that's bouncing back from its prune. Ginkgo. My other Arabica coffee tree. And yeah, my big honey locust from seed, growing really tall. A couple more eastern redbuds there, back there. Ginkgo right there. We have another Chinese elm. That was a cutting back there, a root cutting from a ginkgo, but I don't think it ever took. Thanksgiving cactus. And this is my American sycamore tree. Desperately needs a repot as well, but it's surviving. And then lastly, we have my mulberry tree. We have my Thirsty Boot Farms ginkgo. This is a blue star juniper that I picked up that I'm going to work on at some point in the future, but as of right now, it's just kind of chilling here. So that's a future project. Back here we have some boxwoods that I got from my mother-in-law, so those are future projects that I'll be working on. Dug those out of the ground at her place, but I think I'll bonsai those. And then this is my avocado tree that does flower, so at some point I got to work on this one. I repotted it not terribly long ago. Hopefully come February, March, I'll be able to actually pollinate this thing, self-pollinate it, and maybe we'll get some actual avocados this year. I don't think this will ever be a bonsai. This is more of a house plant, but a fun experiment. Because at one point I tried to do an air layer on this that never took, but when it did that, it caused the avocado tree to go into shock and to put out flowers, so I've been told. So that was probably the best reason why I can think that this avocado that's maybe 4.5, 5 years old started flowering at 3.5 last year. I think it was, yeah, what did I say? It's either, I think it turned 5, it's at least 5 now. But yeah, apparently avocados don't flower until usually like, I think 7 through 10 ages. So yeah, we'll see how this one grows. But yeah, I think that is it for the trees today. So at some point, all of these are gonna be moving over to the new place where it's not so loud. So I don't have all these cars going by. It'll be a little bit quieter. And yeah, I got a bunch of wood here that I'm going to be using to build some of my bonsai benches. So stay tuned. We shall see how it goes in the new place. So that is it for today. Thanks for watching.